Welcome back to Talk in Depth. Today I'm going to be reviewing the newest film in the DCEU. It's a bit of a tongue twister if you think about it, DCEU. It's hard to say it really fast, unlike MCU, which is kind of easy to say. But anywho, I'm going to be reviewing Wonder Woman. So basically, Wonder Woman stars Gal Gadot, obviously, as Wonder Woman / Diana Prince. Chris Pine is in it as Steve Trevor. There's Robin Wright. I don't know how to pronounce her character's name, so I'm not even going to try because I'm just going to sound silly. There's David Thewlis. I think that's how you pronounce it. He was Professor Lupin from Harry Potter. And Danny Houston. Those are like the main characters in the movie, really. I mean, there are a bunch of characters, but those are like the main characters. They all did a fine job, actually. I mean, I wasn't really expecting the acting to be spectacular, but, you know, they were all okay. I don't know. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not even going to try to sound motivated because personally, and maybe I don't want to get hate for this, I didn't enjoy Wonder Woman. I really didn't. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. I just wasn't entertained by it. I thought it was relatively boring, actually. I made a Snapchat after I got out of the theater to my story, and it was a picture of the poster, and it said, "Now I know how people felt when they left the theater after Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad." Now let me just say, I loved Batman v Superman. I thought that film was great. I will stand by that film. I don't see why people thought it was bad. It's good. A 25% on Rotten Tomatoes? No. It's not that bad. The Room has a higher score, and that movie's like known for being one of the worst movies of all time. So are you people trying to tell me that Batman v Superman is worse than The Room? It's not. I really thought Batman v Superman was good. I even own it on Blu-ray because I liked it so much, and I wanted to see the extended cut. Suicide Squad was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it was okay. I even owned that one on Blu-ray too because I wanted to see the extended cut. To be completely honest, I don't know if it was really worth the $20 to own it on Blu-ray for the extended cut. It really has the extra scenes have no effect on the movie whatsoever, really. I think there's like one extra Joker scene, but that's it. But yeah, I thought those movies one of them was great and one of them was relatively good. But this one I wasn't entertained by. I thought it was so boring. I mean, yes, there were great action sequences, but like most of the film is them literally in London just sitting around talking, how are we going to defeat these Germans? That's really it. Like, I mean, yeah, there's some, like I said, great action sequences. There are three good, there are three. There's one at the very beginning, one in the middle, and one at the very end. I really like the one in the middle where she's crossing no man's land. I thought that was super cool. My one issue with it was there was too much slow-mo. There was a lot of slow-mo in that scene. Like, she's crashing through buildings, and, like, she's swinging her sword and whip and stuff, and, like, it's, like, she's swinging it super fast, and then slow-mo, super fast again, slow-mo. That was just kind of annoying. The first one was pretty good, I thought. It took place on her island. I don't remember what the name of the island was. The Amazon Island, I'm just going to call it that. That scene was pretty cool, because it showed the clashing between the women and the men, because the men from the normal world found a way to get in to their world because of like something that happened with Ares, which I don't know, it was kind of confusing to me. And then the final one was pretty good. It was a little bit cartoony and animated. Like, there were scenes where I was like, oh, you know, that's CGI, that's not really Gal Gadot or the bad guy. But overall, the action sequences were really good. So why the rest of the movie wasn't that good, in my opinion, I don't know. And going back to critics on Rotten Tomatoes not knowing how to score something correctly, this movie has like a 93%. Personally, I don't agree with that. I don't really think it deserves a 93. If I were to give it anything, I'd go with maybe a 45. I don't know. This movie it didn't entertain me. And I'm going to keep saying that numerous times. I just didn't find it entertaining in a bunch of it. Like, most of the scenes while they're in London, they're just super boring. They're literally just standing around talking about what to do and what their plan is. And then once they eventually get to the plan, it's cool. But it's not, like, that long. It's usually, like, maybe ranging from 5 to 10 minutes. And the rest of the movie's just boring talking. It really sucks that I left the theater disappointed because I was really looking forward to this movie. And, like, when I saw it, I was just like, dang. I mean, DC sometimes knows what they're doing and sometimes they don't. And this was one where I just felt like they didn't know what they were doing. And let me just tell you, this wasn't because of the acting. The acting was pretty good. I actually liked the acting. It was just the storytelling and the way people communicated things through the lines. Not the acting, the lines. The lines I just didn't think were that good. And so it's kind of like Wonder Woman's in London and she's like, we gotta find Ares. And Chris Pine's like, yeah, okay. that was a lot of it. Literally those exact lines repeated numerous times. I just didn't, it didn't keep my attention. Let's talk about Danny Houston. His character, I mean, okay, let me just say, I'm not doing a spoiler video because this video is already a week late. Yeah, sorry about that. I actually saw the movie last Friday. I just been doing this writing class, and so I actually wasn't able to actually have time to actually get this done. I just said actually a whole bunch, but I'm not going to go through and delete this because I want to get my train of thought out. But let's get to Danny Houston. He doesn't really have much to do in the plot. Like, he's in the movie a lot, but his character is kind of just a waste, I guess. I don't want to really say it like that. But, like, his character does nothing that really affects the plot. I mean, he's in it, but he doesn't do anything, really. He's just kind of like, oh, hi, I'm a bad guy. You have to stop me. And, you know, there's some cool scenes with him. But other than that, yeah, his character's not, like, great. It's just mediocre. He was good acting in it, but the character itself was just, okay. I feel like I've ripped too much on this movie, so let's talk about the things I actually did like. Like I've already said, I did like the acting. And the real big thing that I thought saved this for me from, like, giving it a terrible rating was the scenery. I thought the scenery was really good. The way they captured how London looked, how the Amazon island looked. I thought those were really beautiful and good. Because London, I don't know which year this takes place. I know it's during World War I. I think it's 1916, 1914, something like that. It's an old time. But, like, when you see London, you're like, oh, that is how London looked. And so, in a day and age that we are right now, where everything, I wouldn't say futuristic, but just the present day, a way they can take it and make it look like it is over 100 years ago or something, it is pretty cool. So I thought the way they captured that was pretty good. Yeah, and like I said, the scenery, the lighting was really good. Like, it was really dull and, like, bland, and I just thought that was really cool. And the same goes with the Amazon island. It was super colorful, really pretty. There's plants, a big blue ocean. I thought really one of the cool things was when Chris Pine and Gal Gadot left the island and went straight into London. The color changes are just so different. It's so cool. But yeah, those were really impressive, and it saved it for me from not, like, giving an awful score. I also really liked the music they chose to put in the background. I thought that was pretty good. The score, I thought that was really good. I really liked that. It's really cool when she's in some of the fight scenes and, like, she's, you know, swinging her sword and the music is in the background. Like, listen for it. It's really good. All in all, Wonder Woman isn't going to be my most favorite movie of the year. Did I expect it to be? Probably not. I didn't really think even Wonder Woman would make my top 10. But like I said, Wonder Woman just didn't impress me, and maybe I'll get some hate. I don't know. I don't really want to. But, like, I feel like from the things I've seen, you either hated it or you loved it. And I don't know. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. So, I don't know. I'm not really choosing a side with this one. For me, it's just mediocre. I think I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I think that seems right. I don't even know if I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray when it gets out. Because actually I don't own Man of Steel. But I own the other DCEU movies. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe if I can find another showing that's for cheap, like $3 or something, maybe I'll go see it again, try to change my point of view of what I think of it. But yeah, other than that, 5 out of 10 wasn't my most favorite movie. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. That would be really helpful, and I would really appreciate it. Links to all of my social medias are down below. This has been A Talk in Depth.